What's up, guys? Dane Davis here. Shout out to Boogie Bentley Dauber and the Indie Kid over at Talkin VAWLS Network on YouTube. VAWLS fans, head over to their YouTube channel, Talkin VAWLS Network. Smash that like button and subscribe, baby. Go Big Orange.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and I know this video is a little bit later than normal. Had some technical difficulties trying to upgrade my microphone setup. Probably not really an upgrade, probably just more of the same, but anytime you change tech, it becomes some type of a headache and a nightmare. But anyway, I wanted to drop a video. I wanted to talk about Josh Heupel and what he has been able to do and who he is as a man, because sometimes we get caught up in the world of college football. We get caught up in the wins and the losses and what takes place on game day or in practice or on the recruiting trail. And sometimes we lose sight of what these football coaches are trying to do, and that is build and raise young men, take kids and turn them into men, far more than football. And I know wins and losses do matter, and we're all fanatics, we're all lunatics. We are all here on the Talkin VAWLS Network together because we are like-minded, and we all love football. But like I said, I want to talk about Josh Heupel, the man, what makes him different, what makes him special, what makes him unique. I feel like we finally have the guy that's going to turn around the program at the University of Tennessee. Before we get rolling, as always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. Just press that little thumbs up. Helps the channel, helps the analytics. If you like what we do here, just hit that thumbs up. We would appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. If you enjoy the content here, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop new content. And reminder, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. We'll be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be talking about the Music City Bowl. We're going to be talking about recruiting, some potential targets in the transfer portal, so make sure you join us for that tonight. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. Honestly, I debated. I kind of went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to share this because it is personal. It goes outside the football field, but it's all over social media. We were talking about it in our Talkin VAWLS Facebook group yesterday. But again, it just shows what type of human being Josh Heupel is. But this is an article from SI.com written by Wilton Jackson. It says here, video ex-UCF coach Josh Heupel gives touching eulogy at Otis Anderson Jr.'s funeral. The article here opens up. It says, former Central Florida football coach Josh Heupel gave a powerful eulogy on behalf of his former running back Otis Anderson Jr., who was killed in a shooting at his parents' home on November the 29th. It says Heupel, now coach at Tennessee, stood at the lectern and took several pauses in his tribute to Anderson, not just as a player, but as a person who cared about the relationships he built with those around him. And there's a video here, and I want to play this because I want you to see Josh Heupel and what he says and who he is and what he stands for. And the fact that we are in the midst of the busiest time of the year for Josh Heupel as he gets his current football team ready to go play in the Music City Bowl. He's also on the recruiting trail. He's also trying to evaluate talent in the transfer portal. This coaching staff, the last week has been a whirlwind. We've tried to provide as much coverage as possible here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. And if we're busy, you know Josh Heupel and that coaching staff is busy. But he takes time out of his day to go and be with this family and speak at this funeral because there is more to being a football coach than what takes place on the field. Let's play the video.
Impact can never be measured in years. It's measured in relationships and the legacy that you leave behind. Today, this church filled with people that are in here is a testimony to that. It's a testimony to Otis Anderson. When I think about Otis Anderson, I think about brotherhood and relationships. It's what mattered to him most. Whether that was his family, whether that was his football brotherhood, or whether that was his fraternity brothers. The first time that I got an opportunity, him and AK came into my office. I knew of Otis Anderson, but I didn't know Otis Anderson. During that 15-20-minute conversation, everything that he talked about, or really grilled me and asked me about, was about what is the brotherhood going to be? How do we build something together? What are the relationships that I'm going to have? What's my interaction going to be with my coaches or with my players every single day? He cared about everyone else more than he cared about himself. He loved with his entire heart and gave you everything that he had. He cared about his family. He cared about being successful on the field, but he cared about doing it the right way. Some of my favorite memories of Otis, there's a few that are on the field, but most of them are off the field. I think back to our Friday nights in the hotel room, and we're having dinner. He, his running backs, and a few brothers would always be the last ones to leave. And at that table, you would hear conversation about what's going on in the world. You'd hear what's going on in today's culture, music. You'd hear about anything and everything. If you sat at that table, you had to be open to getting cracked on with a joke for sure. No one was safe, including myself. But he loved being with people. And he cared deeply about those around him.
First and foremost, after hearing that, thoughts and prayers out to the family of Otis Anderson Jr., again, shot and killed shortly after Thanksgiving. Just a tragedy. But I think what you see there is a man that loves on these kids. It's more than football. It's more than X's and O's. And I think you can see that as Josh Heupel stands there and speaks. Again, during one of the busiest times of the year for him, he takes time to go down there and be with that family and speak at that funeral. There's more to it, guys. There's more to it than just coaching football. I ask you to rewind. Go back to after the 2020 season. 3 wins, 7 losses. Program in turmoil. Jeremy Pruitt fired. NCAA investigation looming. All the guys that hit the transfer portal. Tennessee was at rock bottom. Josh Heupel chose to come here. Josh Heupel sees the power of the T. He comes in, immediately starts trying to build relationships, talks a lot about family and culture. Josh Heupel has changed the culture. There's no more changing. There's no more he has changed the culture in Knoxville. You know, go back to the barbecues and the dodgeball games and all the things that Josh Heupel was doing that a lot of people mocked him for. A lot of people made fun of. But the reality is Josh Heupel is authentic. Josh Heupel is legit. He's not a used car salesman. He's not this hard ass out here trying to be, pretend to be something he's not, trying to be Nick Saban Jr. He's not up here talking about Germans and math problems and equations. Josh Heupel is as real as it gets. He's authentic. And again, we're talking about a heartbreaking situation with Otis Anderson Jr. It's all I can say is thoughts and prayers to his family. It is a heartbreaking situation. But if I have a child that's being recruited to play college football, and I see what Josh Heupel just did, and the way Josh Heupel is there for his players, that's the biggest sales pitch you can give me. You can talk about X's and O's all you want. You can talk about this. You can talk about that. You can promise my kids this. You can promise them that. Every coach does that. But when you see it, and again, I struggled with sharing that video. That's a private moment. That's a private moment at a funeral that belongs to the family and friends of Otis Anderson Jr. But it's 2021. The video is all over social media. So I went ahead and made the video. But I think that's the biggest recruiting sales pitch that you can give, is seeing who Josh Heupel is as a man. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Reminder, we will be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope you'll tune in and join us for that. Got more video content coming your way throughout the week. Also, you can support the channel. You can go to the official merchandise of the Talkin VAWLS Network. Just go to bonfire.com. youtube.com/store/talkinvols. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. We got the brand new TBA Jam shirts, Talkin' Vols edition, and then the old favorites, the State Pride merchandise, hats, toboggans, all that good stuff. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. And again, don't forget to join us tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for Talkin' Vols Live. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Is Josh Heupel the guy? This is the Talkin' Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
The songs howl like weed. Poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundation.